introduction about the subject. Let us now get into module 1. Of course, in the module 1, we have previously discussed about what are the types of estimation and why it is required preliminary or rough cost estimate and based on plinth area. So some few things I have already explained and detailed estimate also. Actual in the estimation of building, there are few types. I mean, there are two methods which we usually follow: long wall method and long wall and short wall method, and center line method. I request you to mute your audio, please. Those who are those who have put those who are using your uh, audio, please mute it. Yeah, as I was saying, there are basically two methods which we usually follow in estimation of a building. I'm particularly talking about or concentrating on the building, not on any other structures. Like if I talk about roads or if I talk about steel roof truss, they the the estimation of such structures has to be done separately, but this is particularly about building long wall, short wall method and center line method. These are two different methods. Okay. Hope I'm audible to you, right? The screen is also visible, right? Uh, can anybody respond? Okay. Now, all right. Now, let's start with long wall, short wall method. So in this figure, whatever you are able to see, I have basically four walls. This is wall number 1, this is wall number 2, this is wall 3, this is wall 4. So these two, the walls which are indicated in green color are the long walls. The length of the wall is larger compared to the other two walls. The one indicated in green color is longer compared to the one indicated in red color, right? So if I, let's say these are brick masonry walls. Okay, these are brick masonry walls. What is the usual thickness of brick masonry? Thickness of brick masonry wall. What is the thickness of brick masonry wall? 230 what? 230 meters. Yes, 230 millimeter is the thickness of the wall. So let us assume it's a brick masonry wall. I'll use pointer. So this is a brick masonry wall. All the four walls are made of brick masonry. So the thickness is 0.23 meters or 230 millimeters, right? And I have marked the center line of this wall. So what is the center line? It is the center to center distance between the total length. So this is this is the total length of the wall. This is the end of the wall. This is starting of the wall, and this is the end of the wall. I have marked center of this particular length from here to here, and also from here to here. It is the center line, right? This is the center line diagram, whatever that is indicated in the black color, black dotted lines, right? So now, once we know what is the long wall and what is the short wall, the one in the let's say the one indicated in green color here is longer compared to the red color. If the other way around, if the red color was compared to the green color, if it was longer, then I would have said this as the long wall. There is no hard and strict rule saying that horizontal walls are long wall and vertical walls are short wall. No, we have to be careful choosing looking at the length of the walls. So looking at the figure, I can say that green color wall is longer compared to the red color wall, right? So, and also I have indicated the center line. So as you can see here, why I have indicated the center line? Because center line is the major part which we have to consider in the estimation of the buildings. Of course, as I told you, there are two methods. One is long wall, short wall method. The other one is center line method. So now why did I indicate center line there is because let's say this is cross section of wall with single foundation, and this is again cross section of wall with stepped foundation, right? So here let us assume that the wall is directly resting on PCC, and here the wall is resting on SSM, and in turn SSM is side stone masonry is resting on PCC. I request you to mute your audio. Those have put your Adnan. Can you please mute it? Yes. So now, as I was saying, if I drop a center line, if I mark center line of this particular wall, so what is center line of this wall? 230 divided by 2, 115 millimeter, which may come somewhere over here, right? And let's say this is of width 2 meters and the center of this will be at 1 meter, correct? The center of this wall and the center of this PCC are coinciding. If I just draw a straight line, then I'll just show you the center of this wall the center of this wall and center of this PCC are in same line, correct? Along the length also it looks same, right? So similarly here also it is same. The center of this wall is in line with center of this SSM and this SSM and this PCC. What is the, let's assume this total width as 2 meter, so 1 meter on either sides. If this is 750 millimeters, 375 millimeter on either side, and again this is 225. Let's assume 450 millimeter and 225 on either side, and this is 230 millimeter wall and 115 on either side. Now if I just draw a center line, if I just draw a center line that is coinciding for SSM as well as the PCC. Similarly, in the plan also, this is the plan view. If I am able to draw a center line, the same center line will do good for PCC as well as the SSM. In particular case only, in this case only, if I have, in most of the cases, we do not construct the wall exactly at the center of this top layer of SSM. We usually tend to construct at this edge. When I do that, the center line of the wall and the center line of the substructure will not usually match, right? If we have such cases, complicated cases, we will look into it later stages. Okay, I hope now we have understood what is the basic idea as what we are doing in the long wall short wall method, and I mean the center line considerations, right? So now, as I told you, let me go back to previous image. This is the starting point. Okay, I'm talking about the PCC. This is the starting line and this is the end line. Somewhere over here I have the end line. So the distance between these two lines are 2 meters. That is what is indicated here also. This is the plan view. Let's say this is, and of course I have drawn the center line here, and if I take a section of which looks something like this, and the center line is marked here, and as we know, this is the superstructure. Anything above the ground level is considered as superstructure. Anything below the ground level is considered as substructure. And of course this is walls, plinth, foundation 190. Give me a moment, I'll just hide this. Yeah, as I was saying, this is the starting line of the PCC and this is the end line, right? This width is 2 meters. So that is why it is indicated in yellow color. Now this blue color line, which is indicated here in the blue color line, is the first layer of SSM, right? So let's assume the width is 750 millimeters. From here to here it is 750 millimeters. Similarly, the green color indicates the plinth. Plinth is, let's assume, 450 millimeters, right? And the wall thickness is 230 millimeters. And once I draw the center line, as you can observe, once I draw the center line, it remains same for all the other items also, right? And if I consider a section, this is, as I told you, anything above the ground level is considered superstructure, anything below is considered as a substructure, and this is the center line which I have drawn here also, right? So of course this is wall length, you know all these things. And as you can observe, even as indicated in the previous slide also, this one single line indicates the center line, whole center line, right? So this is what is, why I'm concentrating much on center line is because once I know the length, let me go back to the previous, uh, yeah, here. Once I know the center line, let's say I want to know the center line length of this green color wall. So let's assume the center line length from here to here is actually 3 meters. Now I know the center line length, multiply that with the width, I'll get total length. Once I know this total length, then I can easily calculate, multiply that with 2 and I can get the total quantity. Similarly for red color, see, the center line length is from here to here, I need to deduct it. I need to deduct this part, I need to deduct this part. Why we do the deductions, I'll cover this in the further slides. So I'll get clear center to center distance, multiply that with the width, I'll get the total quantity. Multiply with 2, we'll get total quantity of red color highlighted walls, right? So this is all, this is what is center line and long wall short wall method. So let's look into in detail what is long wall short wall method. The long wall short wall method is used for estimation of masonry structures. Generally in plans, walls that are longer, I repeat, walls that are longer in length are termed as long wall. The remaining walls are called as short walls. It need not be, as I told you, horizontal wall or vertical wall, right? I mean, in the plan view, we usually end up with considering horizontal walls as long walls and the vertical walls as short walls. No, let's not do that. Let's always go with one methodology, as considering the longer walls as always is termed as long wall in terms of length. The short walls or the remaining walls is considered as the short walls. So how to consider this long wall short wall method? Let me consider one example for earthwork in excavation in foundations, right? Why I am considering again long wall short wall is, if you go back here, there are two walls basically. One is the long wall, this is the long wall, and this is the short wall. This, whatever you are able to see, let me use the pen. Yeah, this total length is, I'll assume it as long wall because this is longer wall. I'm assuming it as long wall, and this is the short wall. Compared to this length, this is shorter, hence I am considering that as short wall, right? As I was talking about the earthwork in excavation, if we consider earthwork in excavation, I need to consider, let's say in order to construct the wall, that particular wall, I need to do the excavation for long wall, I need to do the excavation for short wall also, right? Long wall length is measured as outer to outer dimension, which is centerline length plus remaining width of adjacent wall. Short wall length is measured as inner to inner dimension, which is nothing but centerline minus remaining width of the adjacent wall. Let's see how it is done. Once I know that, how many numbers are there? Let's say there are 2 numbers of long wall and 2 numbers of short wall. What is the length I know? What is the width I know? That is width of excavation. I'm not talking about width of wall. And height or depth of the excavation what I'm going to make. Total quantity is given by length, number multiplied by length, multiplied by width, multiplied by height will give us the total quantity. If there are any explanations, like the calculation of lengths can be indicated here. So let us see here how it is done. Centerline length of this particular wall plus half width plus half width. I hope you are following. Let me give you an example. Let us take up an example. Let us consider this centerline length as 5 meter. I hope you have your calculators and also you have your notebook. Do the calculations for this, or you can also just say it like that. What is this? I'll assume this centerline as 5 meter and the wall thickness as 0.23 meters. So what is this half width equal to? 0.23 by 2. And this half width or remaining width is 0.23 by 2. So what is the overall length here? Center line length is 5 meters. Center line length is 5 meters. And this is, as I told you, everything, let us do everything in meters. 0.23 is the wall thickness. So half width is nothing but 0.23 by 2. And here also it is 0.23 by 2. So which I'll get 5 plus 0.23 by 2, 0.23 by 2, which is nothing but 5.23 meters is the length of long wall. I have a similar wall here also. So what I can do? I can say 5.23 into 2. Right? So since I have already considered this, let me show you here. This is the total length. Let me consider the short wall, which is indicated in yellow color. Let us assume that I have done the excavation already. I have done excavation of this part, which is indicated in yellow color. I have done the excavation. I need to do the excavation for short wall also. But what is the length I have considered? Center line length. From here, I'm going to indicate it again here. From here to here, right? This is the center line length. But if you look at this portion and if you look at this portion is already been excavated. This portion is already been excavated because I already considered it in long wall method. I mean long wall, right? So what I need to do is center line length minus half width. Let us assume center line width of short wall is 3 meters minus 0.23 by 2. Why I am considering 0.23 by 2 is because the width of the wall is 230 millimeter or 0.23 meter. Half width is, because this is half width, this is total width and this is half width, 0.23 by 2. And again here also 0.23 by 2. So what do I get? 2.77 meter is the length, which is nothing but this clear distance. Let me use some other color. Yeah. This is the actual length. This can be indicated in the explanation part or the remarks part in the previous page, as I showed you here. In this explanation or remarks column, I can indicate these things, right? So once I have these things, the next thing is, because I have two walls, I am doing calculation for one wall. Because this is symmetrical here also in length and everything, I can just multiply it with two numbers. Here also it is symmetrical, hence I can multiply it with two numbers. Hence I get total length of long wall, total length of short wall multiplied by two numbers, multiplied by width. I'll go back here. Length is 5.23 and width is, let's assume 2 meter is the width of excavation and depth of excavation is also 2 meters. So numbers is also 2 meters. 2 multiplied by length is 5.23 multiplied by width of excavation. I'm talking about width of excavation. Let me go back to previous slide and show you what exactly is width of what is the width I'm talking about. Though the width of the wall is 230 millimeters, we do not actually excavate only for the wall thickness, is it not? We excavate to this length, completely up to this length, which is nothing but, let us assume, 2 meters. And if, let me clear this, and if, let us assume, this from the ground level, I need to go to a depth of 2 meters. So as in the plan view, this is also 2 meters. From here to here it is 2 meters. In the plan view, in the section view, I'll get what is the depth, right? So width, and I'm talking about excavation. I repeat, I'm talking about excavation, not the wall, construction of the wall. So if I come back here, so there are two walls of length 5.23 and I need to do the excavation for a width of 2 meters and height or depth of also 2 meters. Total quantity is equal to 2 into 5.23 into 2 into 2. So this will give me what is the total quantity, which is equal to how much? Yes, 41.84 meter cube of soil has to be excavated, right? Here in the explanation, what we can do is we can just uh, mention the things as how we calculated the center line length. Now, let's move on to the next slide. Hope you have understood this. Yes, as I've told you, I'll be posting the same video. You can go through this video, and if you have any doubts, you can get back to me at any point of time through WhatsApp or through Teams. So this is all about long wall, short wall method. This is the whole procedure we follow. Let's say this is a room of size 5 meter by 3 meter, as I told you. I have done for single room. If I have a floor plan, let's say we'll have usually what we'll have a living area, we'll have bedroom, we'll have kitchen, we'll have common toilet, we'll have attached bathroom. So basically, they are also divided into separate blocks, and we need to consider the length and width and multiply that with the depth. We'll get the total quantity of item what we are dealing with. If it is a wall or excavation of soil, or if it is construction of columns, we'll get to know all these things, right? Let us move on to the next method, which is center line method. As I keep on saying, the name itself specifies the whole definition of the method. As the name says here also, it is a method of masonry. It is a method of masonry building estimation based on total center line length of a building, which is popularly known as TCL length. TCL is total center line length of a building plan. Here, as I told you in long wall short wall method, what do we do is we basically divide each and every individual places. Let's say if I take up a living area, then that is a separate. I have 4 walls, I need to do it separately. If I consider kitchen area, I have 4 walls, I need to consider it separately. If I have already considered a wall, I need not consider it again, right? So these are the few things which we need to consider. But in centerline method, I do the calculation of centerline for whole plan, or also I can do it separately and I can do the calculations, right? So TCL, total centerline length, is calculated for a particular wall thickness. For example, if a building plan has only walls of 30 centimeter thick, let us assume the wall thickness is 30 centimeter, 300 mm, right? After plastering, finishing everything, the wall thickness has come down to 30 millimeters, right? I mean 30 centimeters. Then the total length for 30 centimeter wall is calculated alone. But usually we do not construct all walls of 30 centimeter thick. Why? Because these days we are not practicing any load bearing walls. Very rarely we go with load bearing walls. What do we practice? We are practicing frame structures. Frame structures, only the outer walls, the periphery walls will be main walls. The inner walls or the interior walls will be partition walls of lesser thickness, right? So the lesser thickness is usually 150 millimeters, right? If a building plan has walls of varying thickness, as I told you, outer wall is 30 centimeter and inner wall is 15 centimeter, then total center line length is calculated for all wall thickness separately. That means I have to separately calculate what is the total center line length for 30 centimeter wall, what is the total center line length for 15 centimeter wall. In order to be very precise, I'll just take up one plan, or I'll just go here to the previous year question paper, where you can have a look at the, yeah, here I have it. So if I, as I was saying, if you want to look at this plan, let's consider another plan where we have some complications, at least. Yes, here. If I want to calculate the quantity for excavation for this plan by long wall short wall method, I need to consider this hall separately, this bedroom separately, this veranda separately, this bath separately, this veranda, kitchen and water closet, everything separately. This is a rectangle. I hope you can see this as a rectangle. This is a rectangle. Here this is the longer wall, so this becomes the long wall. Then this is the shorter wall, this becomes the short wall, right? I need to do it separately. Whereas if I'm doing the same thing with center line method, then I need to calculate what is the overall center line of the whole building and then do the calculations, right? Let us assume the periphery walls, whatever you are able to see here, the periphery walls are of 30 centimeter thick and the partition walls are of 150 mm thick. If the partition walls are of 150 mm thick, I need to calculate separately. I need to calculate separately the length of the 30 centimeter wall and length of the partition wall, right? So let's look into it in detail once we start with the problems, but just know the concepts of this. So deductions must be made for T junctions and plus junctions. This is very important in center line method, right? So what are junctions? Why do we have to do the deductions? I'll explain you in detail. So formula to calculate actual total length, actual total center line length. So total center line length, whatever I have calculated, minus n into width of each item divided by 2, which is nothing but where n is number of T or plus junctions. What is this T or plus junctions? And no deduction for L junctions. So we'll look into it one by one. Okay, so I'll just give you explanation of earthwork in excavation and foundation again. So as I've told you in previous case, let me go back here. We have indicated two numbers here because there were two walls, 1 and 2, two long walls. That is why I have indicated two numbers. Whereas in center line method, we are not going to consider that as two numbers because as I told you, this whole length, let's say this is 3 here as I just look into his plan, this length is 3.5 meter and this length is 7.5 meter and this width is 4.5 and this width is 4.5 and this width is 5 meter and so on, right? If I calculate everything, if I add up everything, I'll get one value which is nothing but, let us assume 19.2 meter as the total length. Of course it's a different value, but let us assume I've got it as 19.2. Total length multiplied by width of excavation. Let us assume the width of excavation is, yes, yes, okay, am I audible now? From when was it, from when did I go on mute? Like, uh, are you able to understand the long wall length calculations and everything? Yes? Okay. Centerline method? Did you follow centerline method? Okay, fine, fine, fine. Yes. Now, if I consider this particular plan where we have this hall area, bedroom area, bathroom area, water closet, veranda, and kitchen. If I want to do the same thing in long wall, short wall method, I need to pick up this individual element. Like hall is an individual element. I need to consider this as the long wall, and this as the short wall, and again this as the long wall, and again this as the short wall. So once I have done the calculation, I need to move on to bedroom, again bathroom, and again calculation for veranda, again calculation for water closet, again calculation for kitchen area. So I need to do everything separately, right? So that is what, as I was saying, when we look at centerline method, this is not the case because we have just termed the number as 1. What is this 1? I'll calculate everything as one single length. What is this width? 3 meter plus 3.5 meter. This width is 3 meter plus this width is 3.5 meter plus 7.5 plus 4.5 plus this width. Let's assume it's given 2.5, and this width is, or this length is 5 meter, and this width is 4.5, and again so on, right? So if I add up everything, I'll get one single value, which is nothing but total center line length of this whole building, which I need to indicate here in the length, right? So number is 1 and total length is 19.2. Let us assume we have got it as 19.2 for the calculation, though it is a different value. And width of excavation required is 0.9 meter, and from the ground, natural ground level, let us assume we are going with the depth of 0.9 meter. Total quantity is given by 19.2 into 0.9 into 0.9 into 1 gives this value, right? In the explanation or remark, I have just said the centerline total centerline length as 19.2 meters. But the same thing is not happening if we have, if we have centerline, when we do the deductions. Here, let us assume after deduction we have obtained this value of 19.2. When I do the deductions, I've shown the calculations for deductions here. No need to worry, I'll explain what is deductions first and I'll come back to this later on. So here I have total centerline length 2 into L1 plus 2 into L2. I hope you are following. So centerline of this length, centerline length L1 into 2, because I have two such lines, into 2, and centerline of this wall is L2. L2, I have two numbers. So total centerline length is equal to 2 into L1 plus 2 into L2. Because I don't have any T junctions, I'll tell you what is a T junction and what is a plus junction. Here I have just a L junction. What is a L junction? Is when I consider this junction where two walls meet, I have something like L shape formed here, right? I hope you can see here. This is the L shape. Here also where two walls meet, I have L shape. Here also I have L shape. Here also I have L shape. We need not do any deductions for this. I'll tell you what is deductions again. Now, why we need not do any deductions is because once I start excavating here, let us assume I'm doing the excavating here for this particular wall. This particular wall, I'm talking about this wall. Let's say I've done the excavation here. Total centerline length multiplied by width. Total centerline length, let me take it as 5 meters. Into, what is the width of the wall? 0.23 meters. Let us assume 0.23 meter is the wall thickness or the width. So I'll get, so 5 meters is the centerline length, which I'm doing here from here, which is centerline here to here, starting from here to here. So I'll get total quantity 5 meter length. This is the 5 meter length multiplied by this width of 0.23. I have done the excavation. Let us assume like that. So what do I get? 5 into 0.23. Yes, 1.15. Let us say that I have done the excavation from here to here. I am repeating, I have done the excavation completely from here to here. Though the centerline length was from here to here, I have done the excavation completely, right? Now, when you look at this wall, the next wall, let me use some other color. When I do the excavation for this part, I'm talking about the short wall. Though it is a centerline method, I'm just to understand it better, I'm saying long wall and short wall. I've done the excavation for long wall. I'm doing this excavation for short wall. Can you observe this? I'm overlapping this much area here. If I do the excavation for this part, I'm doing the overlap for this part. Of course, overlap is happening here also. But when I did the calculation, I did centerline length from here to here multiplied by width. So that means I considered this length and this length multiplied by width is nothing but this area I have already considered. I've considered this portion, right? I've already considered this portion. Let me clear it, rewrite it here. If I consider 5 into 0.23, 5 into 0.23, let us say that 5 is the centerline distance L1. I've considered this area already, which is hatched up. Now let me consider the area for short wall. Though it is a centerline method, to understand it, I'm saying short wall. So short wall is nothing but this one. This is the short wall. Now the center line length is this one, L2. From here to here is the center line length, multiplied by the width will give me this area, right? This hatched portion, I've got the area. Once I have done, as I'm telling, as I'm saying, once I do the calculation for centerline method, it is not just for one centerline, it is actually for full centerline. So if I'm considering this length, I'm also considering this length. Let me use the same color and highlight this also. I've done the excavation here. I mean not the excavation, let me be clear. I'm considering the quantity, just the quantity. And moving on to the last point, which is here. Now, when you look at this whole drawing, when you look at this whole thing which I have highlighted here, this portion, you can see it is indicated in blue, shaded in blue, hatched in blue, because I considered from this area, and also red is also overlapping here. Don't you think the same thing, the same area is equal to this area? Yes, this area, because it is happening twice, or I am considering it twice, I need not do the deductions because I have missed out this area, I have missed out this area, I have missed out this area, I have missed out this area. What I am trying to say here is, once I do the calculations, there will be overlaps in the centerline method in the L junctions only. In the L junctions only, that will account for the areas which we have not considered. I think you'll understand it better once we look into T junctions also. Let us look into T junctions first and come back to L junctions. So this is a T junction. What is a T junction? I have a wall here. I have two walls meeting. Let's assume this is also 300 mm wall and this is also 300 mm wall. What I'll do is I'll start to construct this particular wall. But when you look at the centerline length, this is the total centerline length, and I've already constructed the wall. And when you look at the centerline length 2, this is the centerline length 2 from here, starting from here to here is the centerline length 2. When such is the case, I have already considered this area. Let me say this is 5 meter length into 0.23. I have already considered this whole area. 5 into 0.23 means this is the total area. I have already constructed it. When I consider centerline length 2, L2, which is, let us assume 3 meter into 0.23, which is not the right method. Why? I'm not considering, I need not consider this additional portion. Why? Because there is already T junction which is formed. I'll show you what is a T. So when you look at this, if you have something like T, a shape of T formed, then we need to do the deduction for this part. I think I can explain it better when we can show you in the AutoCAD. Let me switch to 3D. The same as which we have considered, I'll just show you. I'll draw a line of length 5 meters. This is the center line length. Let me clear this. Center line is from here to here. This is the total center line length. Okay, this is the total center line length, which is 5 meter. I have drawn it already. Let us assume, or let us see that we are into the sequence of construction. So this is the total center line length which I have already drawn here. Now, exactly to the center of this line, I have another line in perpendicular direction for a length of 3 meters, right? I've drawn this again line of length 3 meters. This from here to here is 3 meters, which I've drawn in the AutoCAD as well. Now, when we look at these two things, let us assume that I'm constructing a wall of width 230 millimeter. So I need to take offset of 115 millimeter on either side. Since it is in meters, I'll say 0.115 on either side. I need to construct a wall for this center line also, and I've done it. Just to do the show everything in 3D, I am going to draw a rectangle, and I'll also draw a rectangle for this, and I will delete this center line for a while so that you can understand it better. This is the wall. Let us assume, let me go to 3D, switch to 3D. Yes. Now let me extrude this by, let's say, some 3 meters. Okay. I've already constructed this. Total length is 5 meter multiplied by 0.23, right? I hope you can see it now properly. Yes. Once I switch to other shaded view, the center line length is overlapping this area which I've already constructed. I've already constructed this wall. Now when I need to do the construction of this particular wall, there is extra amount of wall, extra length of wall which I have already considered in the length, which I need to do the deduction for. As in case of long wall short wall method, we just do the deduction. How do we do the deduction in long wall short wall method? Total length minus of wall width divided by 2. I'll just go back here and show you. Yeah, here. Yeah, total center line length plus half width plus half width. In order to do the deduction, total center line length minus half width, right? That is what we have done. But in center line method, because I have already calculated the total length, see, I'll come back here. I'll start to draw the this is a T junction. I hope you are able to see there is a T junction here, and there is a T here, and there is a T here. I'm just giving examples. There is a T here, 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 right? How many such junctions are there? 1, 2, 3, and so on. There are, of course, there are many also. So there are so many junctions, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. When I do the calculation for long wall short wall method, I'll be dealing with individual elements. But when I do the center line method, I'll be considering the overall length. Hence, I need to consider overall junctions available, and then I need to do this deduction part. I'll show you here also again. So if I just need to increase it by 3 meters, I hope you can see there is overlap of this much area. This much area is overlapping. So how many such junctions are there? When I come back to plan, there are so many such junctions are there. I need to calculate how many such junctions are there and do the deductions. Why I am doing separately? Because it is center line length. I mean center line method. I have considered full length of the building, and then I need to deduct it. I hope you can see it better in this view, right? There is overlap happening. Since I've already constructed this wall, I need not construct or consider this extra amount or the half of the length, right? So coming back here, so that is what is the center line 1 and 2. And when we move on to, this is what is T junction. When we have plus junction is when we have such a case. I have one, if I consider plus junction, I have one wall. I'll consider that as center line length L1, and this is L2, and this is L3. So what is happening? If I consider the same thing, same wall, let me go back to AutoCAD. If I have, let me go to the plan view and shift to 2D wireframe, and if I copy paste the same thing over here, and now when you look at this three-dimensional diagram, you can observe half of this width from this wall and half of this width of this wall is actually overlapping the total width of this length wall, right? This particular wall, the width over here in this area is overlapped by this wall and this wall as well, right? So here again we need to do the deductions. Here again we need to do the deduction for plus junctions. So I hope you understand what is a T junction and what is a plus junction. Whenever if I am able to write the T junction something like this, it is called as a T junction. And whenever I am able to write the plus junction, this is forming a plus junction, then I need to do the deductions, right? So going back now over here, that is what is mentioned here. Walls of main room, the total length is 63.2 meters. That is, let me go back to this plan. Let us assume I have walls of total length, main wall thickness of 63 meters, 63.2 meters, and there are 6 such junctions, plus junctions, and let's say T junctions. I have 6 T junctions. What I'm doing, you can observe in the explanation. Or okay, yeah, the total length was 65.9. It's not 63.2. After deductions, it is 63.2. The total length is 60. The total length is 65.9, and I'm deducting 6 junctions. Why? Let us say that after the calculation I've got 6 numbers of width 0.9 divided by 2, which is nothing but the previously shown formula. Total center line length is 65.9 minus n is nothing but the number of T junctions multiplied by width of each item. Let's say I'm doing the calculation for earthwork in excavation. The total width is 0.9. 0.9 divided by 2. That value I'm getting it as 63.2. Similarly, walls for veranda. So total length is 27.05 minus 5 into 0.9 by 2 minus 1 into 0.6 by 2. There are different items. I'll tell you once we start with the example problems, we'll consider this. There are chances that partition walls itself may have 0.9 meter wide excavation and 0.6 meter wide excavation. In such cases, I need to do the separate calculations as how many T junctions I am getting, where I have 0.9 meter excavation, and how many junctions I have width of 0.6 meter. I need to do such things, and again I need to do the calculation. So once I get the total length, multiplied with that with the width of the excavation, multiplied that with the height of the excavation or the depth of the excavation, total put together, the product of these things will get total quantity, and add to these things will get total quantity of excavation for main walls as well as the veranda walls, or you can say it as partition walls. So this is the brief introduction to short wall, long wall method, long wall, short wall method, and central line method. As usual, if you have any doubts, you feel free to post it here in Teams or WhatsApp.